Hi everyone, welcome back to the Let's Play. In this chapter we have quite a bit of optional conversations to see and some side missions, so let's go ahead and get chapter 6 started.
Welcome back everyone.
Thomas. Agent Morgan, it's past 2100. Let's meet up again at the community center tomorrow. I haven't been sleeping much since this all started, to be honest. I'm exhausted.
I was just about to suggest the same thing.
I'll make arrangements for people to gather between 1500 and 1700. I'll try and get as many people as I can to come, so don't be late, okay? Don't be late.
I'll be there.
In like 3 days.
The community center's on the south side. I've marked it on your map. Thanks, Thomas.
Well then, see you tomorrow.
Well, that was nice of Thomas to come by and pick those two up so I could keep the car. So there's not actually a lot to do in this area. Well, okay, there's not much to observe in this area. There's plenty to do. We have the other world to complete. There's the last racing spot over by the entrance. And then, of course, in the lake, there's another trading card we need to fish out. Oh, darn. I thought there was going to be some Agent Honor. So let's go ahead and get this other world redo out of the way. Unfortunately, even though I'm fast-forwarding this is still going to be quite a little bit of time. It's about 6 minutes to complete, even though it's going at like times 300%. I really figured you guys don't really need to see me play these in real time, since you did watch me go through it the first time around. I mainly just want to show you where you can collect the trading card and the special weapon if there is one. This other world, unfortunately, only has a trading card. We're not going to be picking up any special weapons from an other world until, by the end of the game, really. But the trading cards are worth it because, like I said before, they go towards the side missions we're going to have with another character starting in the next chapter, which we can pick up a new suit and another trading card and a weapon as well. So definitely worth it. Though if you don't really care about, completing side missions or getting like a new suit and weapon, you certainly don't have to redo these. I kind of wonder though, looking at this, is this the longest Otherworld of the game? It sure feels like it. Though most of these Otherworld redos are actually faster than the normal mode just because you don't have to deal with a lot of the puzzles and chases by the raincoat killer. But I think this might be actually the longest one, or maybe it just feels that way because you have to spend so much time killing enemies and then waiting for them to disappear so you can move past them, I don't know. But since I have so much time to kill in this little section, I thought maybe I'd talk a little bit about how I became a Deadly Premonition fan. So, I first heard of the game after reading a release announcement and seeing the trailer of it on Kotaku back in November 2009. I spotted the game at a GameStop shortly after the game's release, and pretty much bought it sight unseen based solely on what I read about it just a few months before. The game was only $20, so I didn't see the harm in buying it at the time, since I'm a fan of survival horror and an even bigger murder mystery / true crime fan. And Deadly Premonition's premise of catching a serial killer terrorizing a small town definitely seemed like a title I could really get into. I played the first 2 or 3 chapters, I'd say, with some friends, and we were quite amused by the overdramatic sobbing by several of the characters in the opening, and were completely entranced by York and his imaginary friend named Zach. I mean, we were like, who is Zach? Dude, are we supposed to be Zach? We certainly didn't look at Tom and Jerry the same way ever again. Just from our brief playthrough, I could already tell that this was going to be a really unique gaming experience. But even though the game's plot and characters quickly captured my interest, the controls really bogged down my experience. I just didn't have the patience at the time to deal with the old school survival horror controls and the abysmal map that just wouldn't zoom out. It didn't help my situation much. I often ran in circles just trying to find out where I was supposed to go, and I just couldn't get my bearing on where I was in Greenvale. I don't know how many times I yelled at George and Emily. I'm like, you're in the car with me. Can't you give me like step-by-step directions to like the hospital or the gallery? Come on, guys. Don't just sit there and yell at me because we're late. So I ended up leaving the game unfinished at the start. No, okay. More like the end of the Hospital Otherworld, just due to my own frustrations. I mean, I was just like, I don't feel like doing this. So it sat untouched for weeks, and it stayed that way, even though 2 of my friends raved about the story. They ended up buying their own copy shortly after our initial sit-down. And again, I just wasn't in the mood at the time to deal with the controls to see it unfold for myself. But luckily, I found Giant Bomb's hilarious Deadly Premonition endurance run, like I think in May I started watching them. So I was able to watch the game's amazing plot unfold without the downside of having to deal with the gameplay. And their commentary really made it. I loved watching both teams go through it. It was just like an added bonus. But when both Giant Bomb teams completed the game, I was like blown away. I couldn't believe I let something like outdated controls and a walking map stop me from completing such a rich and engaging title. I was left unsatisfied by the amount of side missions both teams had left unfinished, so I dusted off my own copy and took another crack at the game. And it was tough going at first, especially since my previous game save was in hard mode. I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but if a game has a difficulty section, I try to do the hardest mode I can first, just to see if I can do it. And if you don't know how hard it is, you'll just, you'll be forced to adapt, But I quickly got used to the controls and the layout of Greenvale, and I went hog wild. I was so enthralled that I reached 100% completion, completed all the side missions. I think within a weekend I did it. So once I got over the whole horrible controls in the map and I got used to it, it was just like, this is the greatest game ever. I love talking to these characters and the quirky dialogue. So even though Deadly Premonition I had a rocky beginning, it still holds up as top spot of my all-time favorite game. I mean, obviously, I have a fan site. I'm doing this Let's Play right now. So it's like tied with Silent Hill as my all-time favorite video game. That's kind of how I became a fan, and I'm still a fan 7 years later. Okay, so now we're going to do the last racing mission up on the top here. Oh, actually no, first I gotta grab the Agent Honor that's behind this building. And I'm gonna save because, man, recording this chapter especially, I had a lot of game crashes, so I got pretty paranoid because I had to redo a bunch of stuff, so I ended up saving much more than I often do. So I think actually this race might be the most difficult, even though, it seems pretty straightforward. The problem is that often you'll find yourself turning into dead ends. Like you go through the wrong fence and then you're stuck behind a chain link fence and you have to back out and it's just slow. But once you know the correct path, it's pretty easy. So now we're gonna go collect the card. As you can see, this whole area now is open because we completed the race. And you know how I kind of joked about how this area is pretty clean? didn't seem like it was abandoned. It turns out all the overgrown grass is in this one area with the card. Oh, we got Sally Graham. So there's actually a few more on her. I think about 4. Hidden by the docks. I like this ramp. Whee! So we're gonna collect those. There's actually there's 2 fishing spots in this area. Yeah, down this long pier, there's a fishing spot, but you can't actually get the card from there. You have to go to the one by the sleeping spot. Alright, bait. I'm always amused at how many, exploding barrels there are in Greenvale. Alright, with those out of the way, let's move on to the fishing spot. Now this fishing spot, when I was practicing for recording, practicing my playthrough, I kept fucking this up so many times. I think it took me 8 tries. So I was super relieved when I actually recorded this that I got it within one shot. I didn't know what was wrong with me at the time. Why is this taking so long? So after this, there's a bone. We're gonna get second to last bone. I think it's a skull. No, wait. Yeah, second last bone is a skull. And there's...
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
If you say so. A skull. Yeah, I like how most of these are in birds' nests. What were the birds doing? Pick those up. Okay, there's one more agent honor at the exit to this area, and then there's gonna be 2 more by the train tracks, and then we're gonna get started with our optional conversations for this chapter. So one more. Awesome. So first off, we're going to visit with George and see what he has to say. He's going to love to see York. But only to be George and Thomas. Emily, her house is closed at this time. We'll see her the day after tomorrow when it's raining.
Hmm?
But I gave her the flower. I want to meet her.
Huh?
Okay, geez. I'm going. So testy. Alright. Well, I'm sure Thomas would be more pleased to see us. But first, George, we're gonna need a ride over to the gas station. I need to complete another side mission. We're gonna complete Jack's side mission. Finally. Get his last tip. Hopefully it's worth it. Perfect. First out. All right, $400. This tip better be awesome.
Benjamin, today's a big day. I'm one lucky fella now, ain't I? Thanks to this monkey in a suit, I got 10 of you now. Makes working for an honest dollar look pretty bad now, don't it? With this green, I'm gonna get me a new muffler. I better get over to the general's and look for one. Reminds me, man, that general. He was going on about some high-fly car that just came in. Said it was the car that FB idiot drove into town with. Must be a sweet-sounding ride, though. I bet with a little tuning it would run pretty smooth. Ah, what do I care? It ain't my thing.
Zach, I think I understood what he was talking about. My car is at the General's junkyard. Let's get over there and see if we can get it repaired. I don't care what it's going to cost. That car has sentimental value.
The tip was actually worth it, Jack. York's car, it's really worth it to do Jack's side mission to go get it because it is
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by...
the fastest car and it will not take any damage. But you do have to complete the first 2 of General's side missions before it's even unlocked. But even then that will improve the patrol car, so it's still worth it. Probably about the murder.
Hello?
Gonna be about Anna's murder? Is that a good enough hint? So yeah, York's car, you do have to pay for it to be repaired. I think like $5,000. But again, it's worth it. Except in the director's cut, it seems more unwieldy. I end up like turning the car over more often than not at the high speeds, but you don't take any damage, so you just drive like a maniac. Oh dang, I thought Fiona was gonna pull in at this time, but she didn't while I was recording. So we're gonna go ahead and meet her at the hospital. If she's there, yep, okay. Because I know some of you guys were wondering what Fiona says when she meets York outside of the hospital. So I'm going to try to catch her when she leaves work and when she leaves for work this chapter. She doesn't seem much of consequence, but I figured since you guys were curious, I might as well show it off. Let me just make sure she's still back there, because sometimes okay, good. Sometimes when I radio over, they'll end up like driving away before I can get up to them. But I'll be able to catch her before she gets in her car, I think. Oh, she just says what she said in the last chapter. Okay. Sorry, that was kind of a letdown. Okay, so next we are going to go back to the hotel because there really isn't anybody else we can talk to right now for a new conversation. So we're gonna go ahead and get back, go to sleep, and start a new day. Hey, Polly.
Oh, hi.
Well, I'll buy some cigarettes from you. And
Oh,
I don't think you say anything. Nope, you don't. Okay, so let's get to bed. Actually, I'm gonna smoke. Because we want to wake up at around 6 a.m. so I can catch Jim on his way to fish at the falls, the waterfalls. So. Alright, I don't hear any rain, so it's a clear day. Perfect. I'll have to double check to make sure it's clear all day, though. Perfect. All day. So I'll be able to get all the conversations done. I'm gonna save. So I'll have this clear day. I'm so paranoid now. We're going to actually radio over to Honest Tree and then drive down to meet Jim leaving his cabin. He won't actually have his home won't have a spot on the list until we actually go inside. So for right now, we have to go to Honest Tree and we're going to pick up the last bone. So we're going to have all 7 for the side mission so we can pretty much start that one right away. When it's available. Now that we have all these bones in hand.
A human?
Alright, so I just sort of skipped forward. I just drove down to Jim's house. Yeah, neither can I. Yeah, crucial. We got to see that they saw a real snake. Wow, aren't you lovely? He actually has something new to say at 7, but he has to be at his fishing spot. So we're going to smoke. And there he is. Hey, Jim. Oh, You mean I shouldn't be talking to you really loudly and maybe running around? I'm scaring the fish? I'm so sorry. Jim? Oh, look, I'm in the water. Oh, no. Calm and kindly expression on his face. Are we seeing the same dude here, York? Because he's a jerk. Alright, so now that we met with the twins and Jim over at Anna's tree, this back door is now unlocked. And we can collect the 2 Agent Honor here on the pathway. And this leads up to an observation point. Oh, nice little view of the falls there. So at the top here, there's an observation point and a trading card. So let's check out the observation spot. Kind of interesting. You can see several points in the town. Oh, this is like a nice view. So you can see like 9 different spots in Greenvale from this area. White Spruce Farm. That's weird. So this, you can't actually get another view. You're just sort of stuck with this one view. I'm not quite sure what you can really do with these different real-time views of these areas. I guess to see people coming and going, but I honestly never made use of this in my own games. Gonna go ahead and show you all of them. We got Swear 65. Uses gallery. Milk barn is just the parking lot. Not very interesting. And I'm also cutting out all the loading times. So if you can just imagine, every time you click to see an area, you gotta wait like 10 to 30 seconds. And you don't really even see much. Yeah. Galaxy of Terror. Which is blocked by like trees. Yeah, not a lot. And I guess these are magic because they're seeing through these trees to all those areas. Oh, let's look into the sun. Let's blind ourselves. Nice. Okay, so up here there's a trading card to collect over by the sign over here. But first, let's get the Agent Honor Red. It's behind these exploding barrels, of course. Michael! Perfect. We are collecting quite a bit of these. What does this sign say? Light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I think that's the same one by the pharmacy. Okay, so I can actually sneak up on a deer at this section so I can get a better look than I did at the chapter 4. Gotta be kind of slow though, but get a closer view of these guys. And it's floating. But they are very skittish, so if you... Oh, there we go. Yeah, if they catch you, like if you walk up to them too fast or you drive up to them, they'll immediately run away. But at least I got a good view for you this time. There's several around Greenvale, which is pretty nice since, you know, they hunt deer. Alright, so we're going to go back to the milk barn, and we're going to try to catch Olivia and Usha and Keith and Lily to talk with them. We gotta smoke so it's open. Okay. Now, when I first was running through this, Lily showed up pretty early. She showed up at this time, but she has not left the house yet. So we're gonna go inside and just speak with Usha and Olivia, and hopefully she'll be parking by the time I get done.
Hey there.
Bit off your commute. Your commute isn't even that long. It's like down the street from your house. Of course. Really? I haven't noticed that myself. Is it a particular brand? Because the snack packs of, like, you know, normal
Hey there.
potato chips taste similar to just the big bags to me.
Hi there.
Good morning.
Hi there.
I'm shopping for information. Okay, Keith. Hey.
Hey, bro.
Well, I like them too. I'll try.
Hey, bro.
That is my name. Of course. I want everyone to call me York. Okay, I think Lily will be outside by now. So I wanted to catch her outside because her traveling conversation is actually a little funny. She's a little short with York, so it made me laugh a bit. Hey, Lily. What you doing?
Hi there.
So, okay. I thought it was a little funny. I mean, she's just like, hey, I'm working. Don't bother me. All right. So, we have another side mission to start. Keith actually has
Hey,
a
bro.
map we can purchase, which will start off these map side missions.
Hey, man. The spot on the map is called Cope's Tunnel. It's one of a couple of places in town where, like, spooky stuff happens.
Ooh, interesting.
I'll tell you a story, okay, man? But, don't go spreading it around. Spirits, they don't like publicity.
Okay, I love ghost stories. Go for it. I like how it gets dark and gives them a spotlight.
Back when this
for
place
these
was
stories.
a lumber kingdom, you know, the rockin' 80s, that tunnel was the main connection from the lumber yard to this town. Every day, huge trailers would like come in and out. Lots of traffic, dude. Of course, some people were like all up in arms. Save our nature, stop pollution, you know. Big business was pushing in here from all over the US of A. Everyone was bickering over the forest. So some of the town people got even more worked up, you know? They started a protest inside the tunnel itself. I guess maybe that was the start of all the bad times.
Bad times.
Oh yeah, man. Rough stuff and heavy times, man. The conservationists and the lumber workers faced off with each other. Neither side was backing down, and that made things worse. Amid all this chaos, there was a man and a woman who got engaged. Problem was that the man was a lumberjack, and the woman, she was a tree hugger. They rarely ever fought, but then, one morning, they had a lover's quarrel. People think that her love of nature clashed with his profession. But we'll never know what they really were fighting about that morning. The man shouted. He called her an idiot. And then he stormed out and went to work. If only he had known, that would be the last word he would ever say to her. When he finished his work for the day, he got in his car and drove home. When he got to the tunnel, he saw lantern lights glowing faintly. Those fools, not again. He just thought they were protesting in the tunnel again. And to scare them a little, he decided to speed up. He probably thought they'd all scatter so he wouldn't hit them, but the lights didn't move. In fact, one came toward him. A second later, there was a thud, and the lantern flew up into the air. Slammed on his brakes, too late, of course. Then, totally freaked, climbed out to see what had happened. I don't need to tell you who he hit, do I? What's more, in her mangled hand, there was a letter to the head of the lumber mill. A peaceful settlement offer. The woman had no other relatives other than the man, and the lumber mill took no responsibility for the accident. It was going out of business anyways.
What happened to the man then?
No one saw him again. Some say he killed himself, or simply just vanished. You know, he might still be in the tunnel, weeping over his lost love. So now, some folks say there's a ghost of a young man that haunts the tunnel. I told you it was called Cope's Tunnel, right? Well, check this out. Some people call it Corpse Tunnel now. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
Ooh, spooky. I'm gonna unload some stuff. I want to make room for the things I need to buy for Emily's side mission, her last one. Okay, I think that's enough room. So I just need to get the sauce and the ham. Hi, Lily! Oh. You're not in your spot yet, so I gotta give you a moment. Get in position. Alright, there we go. Hey, Lily.
Hi there.
I'm sure they will. I will. Though they don't actually say much in this chapter.
Hi there.
I need to buy some ham and some hollandaise sauce for Mia. I buy like 3 of them. I think I can carry 3. Yeah, just 3. And ham. I'm not actually going to be visiting with Keith or Lily in their home this chapter. I checked, and none of them say anything of consequence. So I'm hoping the next chapter they'll have something more to say. Especially the twins. They didn't say anything. They're just like, where did the goddess go? Or something like that. So I didn't think it was worth it to really show it to you guys just yet. So we're going to head over to Corpse Tunnel. Complete the side mission. It's pretty easy. I can definitely get it done before I want to catch George, Emily, and Thomas leaving for work. I love how this tunnel, there's like There's exploding barrels and just rocks in the way. But like, Jim actually drives through it to leave its home and to get back to it. I think it's kind of funny. Maybe they're too scared to come clean it out because of the ghosts? Let's give it a shot. Whoa! Let's fight some ghosts. Yeah, so the side mission here isn't as exciting as Keith's ghost story may have made it out to be. We're not going to be confronting any cool ghosts or anything like that, any ghosts that inadvertently ran over their fiancé. Nope, what we get to do here is clear about 4 rooms of shadows and then pick up a really cool prize at the end. We just have to survive. It's not too difficult this time around.
Great. Amazing.
There's only about, let's see, there's 6 shadows in the first 3 rooms, and I believe the last one contains 9. And they're rather easy to defeat. The next 2 map side missions are a little bit more difficult. The second one because it contains the enemies I keep alluding to that are very tedious to fight. And the last one I can't really give away because it will be a game spoiler, but it is very difficult to complete. You might notice here that I'm actually using the submachine gun, and this is because I would like to use the bullets I've collected thus far, because at the end of this side mission, I will be picking up a submachine gun with infinite bullets. Very useful. The submachine gun is actually weaker than York's custom FBI handgun that I have been using thus far, but it sure makes up for it just in the amount of bullets you can release at a time. It's really useful in keeping, I guess, like hordes of shadows back away from York. I'll have to reload less often. So even though it is weaker, it's just easier to dispose of shadows faster. So, yeah, I guess you could say these levels have some vague connection, I guess, to Keith's story. There are some cars in this level, and I believe the next one, his story kind of ties into the train and the tracks, and you get to see some, trains in there. But that's about it. We don't really see anything more than that. I kind of wonder if maybe they were going to actually tie these rooms into Keith's stories a little bit more, and maybe they just ran out of time or money, but I haven't been able to find anything about that. But yeah, this room isn't too difficult because a lot of these enemies will drop first aid kits and bullets. So, you'll be very hard-pressed to actually die during this level at least. So if you're only going to really do only a few side missions in your own game, this is definitely a good one to complete, just for the infinite weapon. Yeah, I think these guys are probably the hardest bit of this particular map mission, just because they have the shotguns. And that's it. We've made it to the prize room. Prize is actually on the table in the back of the room. Do not enter the ring until you've picked up the gun, or you're going to have to redo the entire thing. I don't really understand why they didn't put the prize, before the exit ring, but I've actually seen some Let's Players enter the ring thinking that that's how the prize will appear, and they just leave. So, yeah, make sure you go pick up the weapon first. And that's it. All done. We've cleared Corpse Tunnel of its ghosts.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
Sure is. We're ramping up on the story now. So I just went ahead and skipped my traveling to George's house, but right now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to George, Emily, and Thomas on their way to work. They don't say anything of really importance, but I figured I might as well show you what they'll say, even if it's nothing important. Hey George, how are you? Hope you're not weirded out. I'm waiting for you in your garage. Unfortunately, they will be waiting another 2 days. Oh, why isn't the talk button appearing? Oh, there we go. Oh, I'll be there on time, but actually going to the meeting is another story entirely. Alright, let's go hit up Emily.
Hi. Hi.
Alright.
Hi.
Yeah, they just pretty much repeat the time limit for the mission and warn York not to be late, pretty much.
Hello?
You know, I kind of wonder how you guys made the arrangements so fast. We just talked about this last night. About 9 o'clock, I think, when we left the lumber mill. Did you guys give everyone a late night phone call? Alright, so next up, we're going to go to the hotel and speak to Polly. She actually has a couple new conversations this chapter. I think about three new conversations. She's in the dining room at the moment.
Oh, hi.
Ooh, really? Oh, come on, Polly. I'd love to see it. I bet you look beautiful in it.
Oh, hi.
Okay, next up we are going to warp back to the milk barn and we're going to catch Usha and Olivia leaving and get their traveling conversations. I don't believe Usha doesn't actually leave until about 8:20ish. So we're gonna have to smoke. Oops. There he is. Hey Usha, did you get some chips?
Hey there.
Yeah, not too riveting, but... Alright, and Olivia comes out about 8:29-ish. Man, I am not doing well with the cigarettes today. I keep doing it a little bit too fast.
Hi there.
I'm gonna talk to you about the case, obviously. I'm actually gonna warp back to Thomas's apartment and try to catch Fiona on her way to work. She doesn't really say much of consequence either, but since you guys were kind of curious about it, I thought I'd show it off. I don't think she has much of consequence to say in any of her traveling conversations. But, you know, I could be wrong. I haven't really checked all the chapters yet, so maybe later on she'll have something of substance to say. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to warp back, we're going to warp to the sheriff department and catch Emily, Thomas, and George inside once it opens. Emily actually has quite a long conversation with York in there.
Hi.
He's very confident in himself, that's for sure.
Hi.
That was sarcasm. That was sarcasm, York. Nope, I think the paperwork gets worse on a murder case. Whoa, Thomas, what did you do to piss off George? No, it's a little too early for lunch. Are you asleep? Yet you're we're holding a conversation with me, okay.
Hmm?
Yes, I know. I'll be there on time, but they're still gonna have to wait. Alright, before I leave, I was actually able to catch that glitch of falling through the white void. So here it is. Woo! And you die. I caught quite a few funny glitches during this run, so I'm going to show you guys as I play. Like I said, all the crashes and glitches kind of made me paranoid, so I ended up saving a lot more than I usually do when I'm recording these things. Next step, we're going to go head over to the hospital and speak to Fiona and Asha. Asha actually has a side mission for us to complete. Alright, we're just gonna skip forward down to the autopsy room. Hey, Usha.
Asha, something on your mind?
Oh, Agent. Just the person I wanted to see.
I take it this isn't a chess problem. Is it something a little more serious?
Oh, yeah, it's serious. I just can't figure it out.
Now you've snagged my interest. Tell me more then.
It's a question, well, it's more like a riddle that Fiona gave me. Now, you might want to write this down. It's a little long. Ag silver, Na sodium, Ge germanium, Er erbium, Li lithium, Kr krypton, Ir iridium, Sb antimony, Se selenium, Eu europium, and Sr strontium. The elements love you, Doctor.
What are these? Elements from the periodic table?
Oh, that's right. I thought it was some chemistry problem, but that doesn't seem to be it at all. Please, if you can figure it out, you let me know, okay?
Okay, Asha. I'll give it a shot.
You let me know as soon as you figure it out.
This is actually really simple. I'm going to give you the two wrong answers first, so you can see what Usha has to say.
It's a question, well, it's more like a riddle that Fiona gave me. Now,
Skip. It's an anagram.
an anagram. But that alone can't be the answer. I mean, if the FBI can't figure it out, there's no way I'd be able to.
Let's line them up and read them horizontally.
Okay, line them up and read them horizontally. Agnagearly.
That is totally the answer.
See, that makes no sense.
All right. It's time to give him the correct answer.
It's a question. Okay, now, read the first letters vertically down. Angel kisses?
You still don't understand?
Of course, angel kisses is Freckles. The answer's Fiona.
In other words, Fiona is in love with you.
Oh, I see.
It's a very cute love letter. Those who have the courage to love have the courage to face rejection. And she is a brave one. Don't you think that's wonderful?
You know, just between you and me, she's been sending me signals like this for over a year.
Then why don't you respond? Is there something else you're interested in?
No, there's no one else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Fiona. I don't know what to do.
Usha, don't tell me you've...
Yeah, that's right. I've never had a girlfriend before. Please now, don't tell a soul. Promise. I won't do your autopsy if you tell.
Usha, that's a fresh, new way of saying something horrible.
Anyway, thank you for figuring this one out for me. Now, I'll handle the rest. Let me give you this to thank you.
Oh, wow, thanks. Trading card of your
Thanks,
chips.
Usha. This'll help me keep it zipped, all right?
Agent? Now, don't.
Just kidding, Usha. Your secret dies with me. Hopefully in many years' time.
I like how Fiona gave him a card of her true love, Usha, and now he just handed over his true love, potato chips. Next is another conversation in the exam room at 10. I just skipped my traveling up there. To smoke an hour. I noticed that when I smoked in the room, my game crashed, so that's why I was standing outside. It kept happening, so I didn't want to risk it when I was recording.
Hey there.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, nothing of consequence. But next we have a really cool conversation with Emily. We're gonna catch her on her way to do her patrol. What I find interesting is there's a lot of optional conversations during this chapter, and this is one of the chapters that most people, myself included, just sort of blow through the main mission. We want to get to the town meeting and then it's over. And there's just so many conversations you can miss. I wonder why, like, they put these interesting conversations in this particular chapter. It's a shame, because I missed these ones with Emily completely until I was doing this Let's Play.
Hi.
Ooh. This is not impressing her. Sarcasm. Sarcasm, York.
Hi.
But you know, York, if you really want to tell that story, you can tell it to me while we're driving. I would love to hear about this, this killer that took the skin off the family. Ugh, so gross. But I'm still interested in learning how it ended. So next, we are going to head over to Jim's cabin. I'm just going to skip my traveling over there. There we go. So now that I'm entering the cabin, I'll be able to quick travel there. Hey, Jim. Oh, what you reading? Oh, Liar's House. That seems to be a very popular novel here in Greenvale. Really, I didn't see them at the milk barn. Well, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to take a look around your place. The shelves are lined with handmade lures and worms. Ooh, nice. Wonder if we can use any. We can do it. Huh. Very interesting. Got a picture here. I'm going to assume that's Jim holding some fish. Acorns? Seems a good cook too. A good cook pays attention to his kitchen. Got some stew going. Living a self-sufficient life in the forest. I bet it's beyond your imagination, Zach. A kitchen so crude it almost feels innovative. I like how he has like 2 stoves here. Oh, this is the same. Cheerios! Oh, and he has a can of meat. And some salmon, and that looks like corn space with a K. Interesting. Oh, what's this? A drawing of a smiling old man in the forest accompanied by 2 grandpa from Isaac. Dynamic use of colors here, especially green. Passionate use of green. That is a really good drawing. Whoa. Isaac is quite the little artist. Oh, this is what the drawing must have been based off of. Jim looks younger here. Chances are he'll let us rest as long as he's in the cabin himself. I like how you can take a nap on Jim's bed. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Some of the catches are hanging on the walls. Seems to get salmon here. No, what's that? Maxim? Got some couple rods here. Fishing equipment is on display. He owns some serious gear, apparently. Oh, got another drawing. A drawing of an old man fishing near a waterfall, accompanied by two grandpa from Isaiah. The drawing is well balanced with an effective use of perspective. The blue color used here is very appealing. That is a very cute drawing. If I ever buy a house, this type of dwelling might be worth considering. You did buy a house. We visited it the other day. Oh. Looks like he's an avid reader too. His books include Nature and Man and Living with the Forest. Oh, he looks like he has some books in Japanese here. Can't really tell what they say though, so I'm gonna have to take your word on it, York. Okay, I think that's about it that we can observe, but oh, he does have a nice cabin. I wonder if he built it himself. I bet you he did. He seems like the type. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you where Emily goes on her patrol. She doesn't actually say much when she's actually there, though. She just really goes to the apartment building next to Thomas's apartment building and just sort of stands there. I'm not quite sure if she goes anywhere else yet. I don't know. Maybe she'll go other places in the next chapter. I'll have to check. But both her and George actually go on patrols. I thought it was only George. I didn't realize Emily also went on patrol too when I was first playing this. Hey, Emily. Nope. And that's it. Alright, so now we're actually going to go to the Angie Diner. We can talk to several people there around lunchtime, so including Emily. Gonna smoke around about 12:15, 12:20, because Michael and Harry will actually arrive and they're not here. They're supposed to be. Wait. Oh, that's the car. What? Where's it? Why is it? No! Why is it turning? Oh god. It glitched. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to just come to the diner. I don't know why it makes that wild turn. Yeah, so that's not supposed to happen.
Yes?
It looked to me like you were just driving to a bush. So these two actually come to the Angie Diner several times a day, so you can actually have conversations with them. So might take them actually a little bit to get here. I wonder if I can smoke. I hope it doesn't reset their location to the mansion. Oh, there they are. Okay. They're not inside though. Oh, they'll come in a minute, I'm sure. Let's talk to Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
She's not had her lunch yet, York. We know how much she cooks, York.
Hi there.
Oh, I actually wanted to speak to Emily, but okay.
Hi there.
No, I wanted to speak to Emily.
Hi.
There they are. Hi, Harry. I wonder if this is the game's way of kind of pointing you in the direction that there might be a side mission involving cooking with Emily. Because he always seems to bring up cooking with her. Okay, they have to get in position before they'll actually say anything noteworthy here. They come here several times a day to pick up Harry's lunch. They have several opportunities to try to catch them.
Yes?
Well, I didn't see that on the menu. He seems to have various gimmicks built into his wheelchair, a mansion, and its master. Both are full of mysteries. We should keep an eye on him, Zach. His chair doesn't seem that fancy to me. Well, it is kind of embellished here. He's practically devoid of expression. You'd almost think he was a robot. Is it his ideals as a servant, or is there another reason? Man, that it's harsh. He has expressions. Look at that, he's speaking to Olivia. He's very animated. That's so mean.
Hi there.
Do you think Michael's a robot? Oh. Oh, look, he's laughing. York. He's laughing. Alright, no one else to talk to here, so we're gonna leave. So next we are going to go back to Jim's place and speak to him as he's making his own lunch. But now we can quickly travel there. I don't have to go to Honest Tree and drive all the way down. So his is under the name Greenvale Forest Park. Hi Jim, did you miss me? Oh. And that's it. Short conversations, but at least we get some a monetary reward. So now we're gonna have lunch with the department. And even though Emily just had lunch at A&G Diner, she's gonna have lunch again. Thomas!
Hello?
So, what exactly do you want to talk to everyone about?
This case goes deeper than you think. The townfolk may have heard about the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to warn them properly. I hope most of them are decent enough to come.
No problem there. Emily has made all the arrangements.
I've told everyone to gather around between 1500 and 1700.
Great. Reminds me of a film I saw recently. A town is under attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing this, the aliens attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that relevant, Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic. They used a combination of balloons and meat sauce for exploding heads. Those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping. Splat. Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, anyway, your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm actually curious what movie he's referring to. He doesn't give the name, so I'm wondering if this is actually like a made-up movie. Have any of you guys been able to, or have you seen a movie that was similar to that? I wasn't successful in trying to look one up. Alright, there's actually only one lunchtime conversation of this game. There's only one lunch conversation for this chapter. So next we are going to go visit Sally.
Anna?
Whoa. I don't know, Sally seems really mean.
Anna?
Like, I know she's upset, but... Like, I hope she didn't have these weird mood swings while Anna was alive. I guess it would kind of make sense if she was, like, this kind of high-strung. For Anna to be so desperate to get out of this town, and maybe why she'd be so willing to meet with somebody at the lumber mill so late at night, and not, like, tell anybody, really, and then get hurt. Alright, so... Okay, next we're gonna go to Story 65. And speak to Richard and Quint. So usually, Quint would actually stay over at Sally's for a bit, but in this chapter, since there's that town hall meeting, he goes right back to Story 65 and has lunch with his dad, and then kind of goes straight to the community center.
Huh?
I wish. So Quint's not really going to arrive until probably about 30 after, so we're gonna smoke. And hopefully he's there. Yes, okay.
Yeah?
Something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't mean to talk to you again. Come on, step away from Richard. Quint, move. There we go.
Huh?
Well, his girlfriend's kind of going through a hard time right now. You know, she just lost a friend. She needs the comfort. I don't know about his bike. He could stop messing with his bike, but... Oh, that's George going on his patrol. We're gonna catch up with him in a minute. But first we're going to head back to the milk barn and speak with Keith and Lily inside. Keith, my man, how are you?
Hey, bro!
Okay, I promise we won't.
Hey, bro!
You know, I'm kind of getting conflicting information here. Jim's like, stay away from the grandchildren, while his parents are like, hey, they like you, hang out with them more. I think I'll listen to the parents. Jim seems kind of like a stick in the mud. Okay, I wanted to put my gun away, the regular submachine gun. Well, I can just throw those away. Alright. Clear out my inventory a little bit, and let's go talk to Lily.
Hi there.
Okay, last person we need to speak to is George. He might already be at his next patrol spot. So I guess this might be why we can observe White Spruce Farm from one of the observation points, is because George ends up hanging out there? I don't know. No, you're supposed to say stuff. That was not what you were supposed to say. Okay, I figured it out. He only actually has the conversation I'm thinking of while he's traveling between the milk barn and White Spruce Farm. There we go. So once he gets in position, he won't have that conversation anymore. He just says that thing about FBI and him having tough jobs. Just repeat that. Okay. So that's the conversation I was trying to get. Now, as I was doing research for this chapter, I ran into a pretty funny glitch, which I'm going to show you. For some reason, he was over here, and he was just running off into the distance and then falling through the ground and then reappearing at his car. So I thought it was pretty funny, so I hit record. Whatever you say, buddy. Oh, come on, George. There we go. Run! Bye! And then he falls to the ground, and then here he goes. He just kept repeating that. It's pretty silly. And I don't know why he was at that spot, because from far as I could tell, he only was at the milk barn and the White Spruce farm. But, you know, I guess the game was glitching and just put him over there. Alright, so we've exhausted all the early morning and afternoon conversations. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the community center and catch everyone's traveling conversations as they head over to the meeting. And then, of course, miss the meeting and get their traveling conversations leaving the meeting after we've missed it. But because I'm paranoid, I'm going to save.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today.
Okay, everyone should start coming around 1400. So we're going to smoke until then, and then I'm just going to wait. Sometimes characters come a little bit before 1400, but smoking should reset their traveling, so I'll be sure to catch everyone this way. So let me just check to make sure people are actually on their way. Yep, alright. So now all I have to do is wait, but I'm going to skip that and let you... It took about 49 minutes to get everyone there, and I'm just going to go down the line and speak to everybody. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like everyone. Alright, let's get started. Hey, Michael.
Yes?
You know, you could have just drove around him. He was just standing on one side of the road. Hey, Jack.
Huh?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
No.
Hello?
Well, I'm not technically late. I'm just not going to show up inside.
Hey, bro!
Gonna have to wait another 2 days. Sorry.
Hi there.
It's about the murder?
Huh?
You should know, man. You live here. Try not to.
Hmm?
I like how a lot of the people who don't have a special car just have Fiona's car. Alright, get moving. So they all have the green chips for you.
Hi.
I can see Polly has Fiona's car.
Hey there.
Jack had Fiona's car. Jim had Fiona's car.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Quint. Having a little problem?
Yeah?
Okay, bye. I wonder why he keeps glitching like that.
Hi there.
I also wonder why, like, the couples aren't just coming together. Hey, Nick. I'm just gonna stand in your way. 'Cause fuck you.
Huh?
So we're just gonna skip forward to the end of the meeting and catch them as they leave. They should all start getting back into their cars and start driving down. But again, it takes a little time for them all to kind of come down the road, so I'm going to skip ahead. Only a few of them actually came out, so some of them are still in the parking lot. So I assume once I start talking to these people and they move forward, the others will follow. So, hey, Quint. Oh, it's so difficult to get you to talk when you're outside your car. Come on, talk. There we go.
Oh, hi.
No, you didn't. I just didn't show up because I'm a dick.
Hey!
Huh? Huh?
That's it. Why is your back window rolling down instead of your front window? That's kind of weird. I just didn't show up.
Hi there.
Excuse me.
Someone's pissed. You sound pretty much the same. Hey, Jim.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
You know, I think this is the most these two ever really speak outside of a side mission.
Hi there.
Oh, damn, Lily's mad at us.
Hey, bro!
I like how Lily's pissed, but Keith's like, whatever, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Huh?
Oh, I'll be here. I just won't go into the meeting. I'm sorry you had to do that. I know the time. I swear I do. But I have other things I need to take care of. Okay. Sorry, Thomas. Alright, so we got all the traveling conversations, and most people will actually return to their dwellings or whatnot by like 1800. So we're gonna smoke until then, and then catch some of them there and see what they have to say. Some, like, you know, chastise him again. It's pretty funny. So, first place we're gonna go is the hotel. And smoke until 1800.
Oh, hi.
Aww.
Oh, hi.
Ooh. You're a rage driver, huh? Okay, that should hold me over. Let's go next to the hospital, I think. Man, I'm sorry. I'd be annoyed. But, you know, after the first 30 minutes, I would have just left. Hey, Esha. Oh my god, Tom. Okay, well, he doesn't seem too perturbed. Too busy playing chess. He said he didn't want your help. Castling. Do you? Alright, so let's skip forward. And now I'm going to head over to Swery 65 and speak with Richard.
Huh?
Not particularly. Alright, so that's about it for this time frame. Next person I want to speak to is Jim, but his cabin isn't open until 1900. So we're just going to go ahead and warp over there, and then I'm going to smoke. And then after him, it's just speaking to Polly again, and then we're going to sleep until I have a rainy day. Oh, yeah, why didn't you with them? Oh my god, with this tainted shit. It's never too late. You know, for someone who doesn't like preservatives, why the hell do you have meat in a can? Huh? Huh? Okay. So if you don't like this shit in your daughter and son-in-law's store, I wonder if you shop at Mash Brothers Market. Probably not, I doubt it, but... Alright, so let's go over back to the hotel. Speak to Polly, she'll be having dinner, and then we'll sleep. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. But her conversation isn't until 2000.
Oh, hi.
So I'm pretty confident I got all the ones for the clear day. I could be wrong. I mean, sometimes I seem to miss a few. Like little ones, but you got the gist of it. Alright, so save this, and next thing we want to do is we want to sleep until it's raining all day, and we want to wake up around 8 o'clock so we can catch the people, you know, traveling to work. I'm gonna eat some of this tainted salmon filled with preservatives. Oh, no bonus. Alright, so let's check the weather. Hopefully it's raining all day. Success, yes. I'm getting pretty lucky with my clear day and rainy days in this chapter. I don't have to wait so many days, it's usually just a day. Alright, so everyone's pretty much already on the move right now, but it's okay. I can just warp over their place, and if I smoke again, they'll get reset to their starting traveling positions. So let's hit George first. And he's here magically. It doesn't, now this cigarette truck doesn't always reset people's traveling position, but I think if you're early enough from where they started, a lot of times they'll get reset back to the start.
Hi.
I'm still trying to work out exactly what causes it. But all I know is if I do it, I can reset them. They will. Alright, Fiona's next. She comes out around 8:30. Perfect. I really wish we could speak to her at her apartment. I'd love to see what her digs look like, but I guess they didn't have time to create it. Alright, next was Usha. I caught him on his way to work. I pretty much just warped to the hotel and then ran up to meet him.
Hey there.
Do you mind just letting the rain hit you on the head? Alright, so next we want to go visit Jim. He's at home. Inside. Hey, Jim. Edgy, huh? I'm sorry. Does no one argue with you? Okay, so we can actually get a new side mission done. It involves fishing. So, and the rain. So let's skip forward. It involves Jim. So I believe it's only at this spot, on this falls that you can catch the fish, but we're trying to, oh man, I missed. We're trying to catch that fish in the blue box. And it only appears when it's raining. Awesome. It's like, fuck you! You can't catch me.
Zach, did you see that? Now that fish was huge. You'd only see something like that in the countryside. I bet I'll need a better rod to reel that monster in. We need to find someone who knows more about fishing here.
I know just the man. Let's go visit Jim. Hey, Jim, I tried to catch a fish and it broke my rod.
Can I ask you something?
I have nothing to say if it's about murders, victims, and
Oh, shut
killers.
up.
No, it's about something else. About fishing.
Fishing?
I saw a behemoth-sized fish in the river. A real whopper.
Did you catch it?
Oh, no. It was far too strong for my line. It ripped the lure right off.
Yeah, just as I thought. No human would be able to catch her, at least not that easily.
You know the fish I'm talking about?
Her name is Tabitha. She's been protecting the piece of the river for many years now.
Tabitha.
She's a special one. Probably some kind of king salmon, a variant or a mix of something. She's been seen in these parts for over a decade now. A normal king salmon would only live about 7 years, of course. And there's no real explanation for it. I think there's a special reason for her existence. You know, like nature trying to warn us about something.
You said that she's kind of like the keeper of the river.
Catching the keeper is every fisherman's dream. You gonna try and catch her?
Of course.
If I get the chance.
Just hold on a minute, then. I'll lend you this. It's the rod I used when I was younger. Real sturdy piece of work.
Are you sure?
Yeah, if you fight Tabitha with a weak rod, you might end up just getting hurt. If you do manage to haul her out, though, I want to see her, you know. Could you bring her to me?
Of course.
So now we have the Rod of Legends. We can totally catch that fish. So I'm going to skip forward, and we're going to try to catch Tabitha again. We don't have to worry about showing Jim. He'll just come and meet us right as soon as we catch her.
Look at all these scars. You've been protecting this river for a long time, haven't you?
I knew this day would come. What do you plan to do with her? I think she'd be lovely smoked.
Yep. Smoking your own catch sounds like the makings of a very tasty appetizer. But even the pair of us could never eat this much smoked salmon, right?
You might regret that later. You're not going to see a fish that big again anytime soon.
Oh, I have no regrets. I capture criminals, not fish.
I bet she was glad, you know. Glad that you're the one who caught her. Just keep the rod. Think of it as your trophy for catching Tabitha.
Does this mean we're friends and you'll stop, being so mean to me and the snide remarks about my investigation now that we have this bond with fishing? That'd be great, Jim. Hey, Jim. Are we friends? Yes? Okay. Alright, perfect. So, next up, we're going to smoke until 9 o'clock. And we're going to head over to the sheriff department and speak to the team. We're going to have another long conversation with Emily. Hey, Thomas, hold the door! Wait, why are you coming back out? What? Okay, I think that was a glitch. You should be heading in, not out. I find it funny that they don't let him in early. I mean, they come at like 8:30. They should at least let York in.
Hi.
You really do know your way around. By now. Hmm. Oh. Dude, you're not winning points with her. I'm sorry, Emily. I'm sorry. Don't be mad. Hey, Thomas.
Hello?
No, it's a little too early.
Hmm?
Whoa. Your hat just magically went back on your head. Alright, so next up, we're gonna go to the hospital. You know, I'm gonna save. Because I don't want to have to redo that side mission. Alright, let's head inside. And you know, I just want to say, it's a good thing I did save, because my game crashed within like a minute of coming into the hospital. What? Were you being sarcastic? What? Why would that have been rude? I don't get it.
Hey there.
What? Are you eating them outside? You're inside right now. The chips won't get soggy. I don't understand you, Asha. Alright, so 10 o'clock. He has something else to say in the exam room.
Hey there.
Really? You don't seem busy. Is that why you're playing all that chess? You're just so busy? Oh my god, let me out. Lady, move. Okay. Okay, now we gotta catch Emily as she's leaving for her patrol. Another really cute conversation with her. I always miss these. You know, I didn't really find out about this until when I was recording this Let's Play. So I'm really excited about all the new conversations I'm finding. I'm sure other people might have found these conversations, but I never did when I was replaying the game. Hey, Emily. Whew. Ooh, it is. It looks cool. Not always. Oh, they will. Alright. So I'm running low on cigarettes right now, so I'm gonna head back over to the hotel and buy some from Polly.
Oh, hi.
I don't think she says anything
hi.
new, but just to make sure. Yeah, okay, this is old. Okay, next up, we're gonna go back to Jim's cabin and bother him while he's having his lunch. Move time forward to 12. A lot of standing around and smoking in this chapter, I'm sorry. Oh, the cigarette stopped. I need to eat something. Let's have some salmon and re-smoke. Don't come here when... what? I'm assuming he meant to say don't come down here when it's raining, unless it's for a specific reason. Okay, next up, we're going to head over to the Cormac's residence. I realized I missed a conversation with Nick. Olivia doesn't really say anything new, so it's just really Nick. Also, I missed picking up an Agent Honor Red. So it's back here. I thought I picked it up, but then when I was, researching the chapter, I'm like, wait, I missed one. Sometimes I have to re-record things, and I neglected to pick that one up back in chapter 2. So I always assumed that Nick only really had that one thing to say at like 12, but at 12:40 he'll sit down at the table and he'll actually start eating. He'll have another conversation with York. So we'll get him here. But if you talk to him before he sits down, he might not say this.
Huh?
Well, I don't care. Stop being so surly with me, man. I'm just trying to solve the case. Okay, so it turns out I only really missed one of his conversations back in chapter 2. The other chapters, he pretty much said the same thing here. So she was talking about how he's making salmon pie, and when he sits down. He's not eating salmon, but their conversation is about that.
Huh?
It's a hot dog. He's trying to be like so nice to Nick, and he's like, fuck off. Okay.
Hey!
Call him. Call him. See if I care. Finish your hot dog. Okay. That's about it. So like I said, chapter 3 and 4, he pretty much just says what he says in this chapter. So we haven't missed too much. But so from now on, I'll make sure to try to check if he says anything at 12:40. So like I said, sometimes I miss conversations, but I'm pretty confident I'm getting most of them in the game. So if I miss something, I'm really sorry. It's really hard to nail down where someone will say something new. So next we want to go to the sheriff department and speak to Emily and Thomas. Oh, damn! Whoa. Ego much? You just started. Hey, Thomas.
Hello? Hello?
So I'm gonna go ahead and have lunch. Just to move time forward. They don't have another conversation, it's just this.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no, really?
So this occurs if you've already had exhausted the lunch conversations for a particular chapter. Let's speak to Thomas. He's in the storage room cleaning, and he should be up since it's raining. Thomas! I know. You've told me. Wait, what? I think that was a typo. It must have been. I used to not like the rain, but I've recently grown to like it.
Hello?
So now we want to catch George traveling. Where are you, dude? He should be coming from his house, but I just want to make sure he's traveling. Oh my god. There he is. I think that's him. George! Hi.
Hmm?
No, we're not.
Hmm?
Okay. I don't think he says anything new when he gets out of his car, but I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, just gonna stand in the rain? Why don't you have an umbrella? Okay, whatever. So next we're going to go back to the hospital and speak to Asha. And we're getting pretty close to getting at all the conversations now. So, Asha!
Hey there.
Oh my gosh. Still about chips. Sour cream and onion dip is pretty good with potato chips. No need for topping. I've never heard like them called that. It's usually just dips. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip forward. Everyone's arrived.
Hmm?
Hey, bro!
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, you and Thomas like the rain. Oh, okay.
Hello? Yes?
Yep, same car as Fiona.
Hi.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the hill to the community center.
Hey there.
I find it funny that the guys with like convertibles don't put their top up when it's raining, so rain's just coming to their car.
It's a shame.
Aw, I'm sorry, Polly. Hey, Quint. It's so hard to talk to you. There we go.
Yeah?
Well, I've seen you out in the rain when you have to go back to your house when it's raining. Hi, Nick. I'm just gonna stand in your way because I hate you.
Huh?
My speech is very important, but you're gonna have to wait for nothing. Hi, Richard.
Hey.
Okay. So, everyone's gonna go to their meeting. There's actually an Agent Honor down here, so we're gonna grab that. And pretty much just wait for them to come back down. So I'm gonna have to move 10 forward. Okay, no need to make you guys sit here and wait for everybody to come down the hill, so I'm gonna just skip forward to when everyone leaves. Boom! Hey everybody! I'm sorry. They're a bit more pissed because they came in the rain. I like how you're not blaming York. He's the reason.
Hmm?
I owe you one. What? Hey, Fiona. You don't sound too mad. But you guys are in separate cars. Okay, whatever. Hey, Emily, are you mad? Yes. I will, I promise. Oh my god, Thomas is pissed. How dare you? I will.
Oh, hi.
It was because of me, Polly. I'm a dick. Hey, Lily. You're making me feel really guilty. I'm not guilty about making you late, though.
Hey, bro!
Excuse me.
Oh. You just say the same thing you do, when it's clear day. I meant to talk to Stuart, not you.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh. There we go. I wonder if he ever turns to Michael and say, yo, I'm not rhyming. Why are you making me rhyme? I'm sorry. Guys are making me feel real bad. Going out in the rain is such a hardship. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Where's Jim? Why are you still up there, dude? Okay, I'll just go to you. Oh, that's why. You're stuck. Oh. Hey, Jim, are you okay? You've crashed your car. Alright, so we're pretty much gonna be speaking to the same people again. We're gonna catch Polly at the front desk of the hotel. We're gonna speak to Fiona and Usha. So, we're gonna smoke until 1800. Yeah, I think that's enough. He'll be able to smoke.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Oh, hi.
Okay, next up, we're gonna hit the hospital. Speak to Fiona and Usha. How can you guys not know what the meeting's about? It's my speech. Some of you guys ask if I'm giving a speech. Yeah, seriously. Next up is Richard at the bar. What? Wasn't that Emily's voice? Okay, I'm gonna check again. It is Emily's voice, okay. Okay, speaking of Emily, we are going to head over to her house and complete her last side mission. Her house is only open when it's raining in this chapter, I believe from 1800 to 2000. So I just wanted to clear a space for the item that she's gonna give us. That's why I drank that root beer. Alright, let's head over there. and help her with her cooking. I'm gonna give her some wrong ingredients just so you can see what she has
Emily,
to say.
here's another one.
So we gave her some pickles.
No, this isn't right. The three things on the muffins worked in harmony with each other. As I remember them, they were something salty and chewy, something soft and two colors, and then there was the yellow sauce.
Okay, so that's if you give her the wrong, like, food item. And of course, if you just give her... if you give her a skull, she'll just do this. Yeah. Which we did in chapter 2, but... I thought I'd check to see if she'd say anything different about a human skull, but nope. Alright, so let's give her the correct items.
Emily, here's another one.
This is great. Now this is getting close. One more step and we'll be there. Only one more ingredient. Something salty and chewy. He cut it with a knife before cooking it, so it must be meat or a fish. Whew.
It's him.
Emily, here's another one.
This is it! That's exactly what it tasted like.
Eggs Benedict.
Huh.
The name of this dish. It's a popular breakfast dish in Louisiana. Your father was quite a chef then.
What do you mean?
This is much harder to make than it looks, Emily. You have to bring it to the table with all the ingredients at the same temperature. And that requires preparation, timing, and skill. You'd have to be pretty good at these three things to make a really good Eggs Benedict.
Really? I never thought of him as a skilled cook. I haven't talked to him for ages. We've been kind of separated. I wonder what he's doing now.
Do you have his number?
I think so. Probably stuck in the old picture album.
Emily, just interrupt me if I'm out of line here, but I'd like to tell you how I like to think about these things. People develop their own personality through interaction with other people. Whether they like it or not, that's how it happens. I don't know anything about the past between you and your father, but the fact is, you enjoyed making something that he cooked for you. He's a big part of your past, which means he's part of you. That's normal, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. So why don't you give him a call?
But I wouldn't know what to say.
We can talk about this recipe. That'll be a good place to start.
Thank you, York. I'll give him a call after you leave. I don't want you standing over my shoulder for this.
Okay, good.
Here, take this. A gift for helping me with my cooking today. And for everything.
I think it's really sweet. You get to help her reconnect with her father through her side missions. Okay, so what she gave us is called the Weather Doll. You might think that it controls the weather given the name, but all it does is when it's turned over, when it's raining, York's life meter will refill. And if it's turned right side up on a clear day, it will refill. So it's just a way to refill his life automatically. I was very confused when I got the gift. I'm like, why isn't it changing the weather? Okay, we're going to speak to George.
Hmm?
Okay, good. I will. I can't promise that. Because I really want to meet your mom.
Huh?
Okay, so Quentin actually has something to say while he's traveling. He's actually pretty mad at York. So I'm gonna catch him as he's leaving his trailer to go over to Sally's. So it's about 1900 when he does this. Okay, he's already on his way, so I'm just gonna skip forward, and here he is. Hi, Quint.
Yeah?
So he's a bit perturbed. Alright, time to get our last conversation with Jim. He does, York. And I crashed my car into a tree. Did you just say go on get like I'm a dog or something? Okay, next up we're going to go back to Thomas's apartment. There's a new conversation, but then there's also a new kind of interesting peeping thing that happens. There's a change in the music that Thomas dances to, which I thought I'd show off. So let's smoke until 2100.
Hello?
You get tired pretty fast. Okay. Alright, so usually he's dancing to the I Dream of You song, but right now in this chapter he's dancing to some jazz track. Yeah, so I don't know if this is something they consciously did, but it seems like different chapters he'll sometimes dance to a different type of music. Usually when I was playing, I always saw him dancing to the I Dream of You. I think because I didn't peep into his room that often. But yeah, there he goes. So I believe in the next chapter there is another, a new song he dances to that I need to show off as well. Alright, so let's head back over to Swery 65 and we're going to speak to Sally. This is a brand new conversation for her. And one that I just learned about for recording this Let's Play. It's actually pretty, pretty like, what the fuck. Hey, Sally. I'm drinking. No. What? No, no I'm not. Holy shit. Oh, that bottle's going through your face. Yeah, mood swings. Okay. Hey, Richard.
Yeah?
Don't think you say anything new. No.
Yeah?
Sure, I'll buy something from you. I'm gonna fill up his hunger meter a bit so he doesn't wake up starving. Alright, so all we have to do now is return to the hotel and get some sleep. Hopefully it's a clear day. Get one more conversation with Usha and then go to the meeting. And then we're done with this chapter.
Oh, hi.
Might as well get some cigarettes while I can.
Oh, hi.
Okay, still get the bonus. Even though it's not a new conversation. So let's head back to the room. Gonna pretty much just sleep until the hospital opens. So 9 a.m. Ooh, payment. Penalty. Oh, yeah, vandalism. And stinky agent. Ah, still made bank. And save. Well, I don't hear the rain. Okay. For a minute, I thought I didn't set the other one to clean. You know how you do things automatically and you just kind of forget? Oh, okay, I got a bonus this time. So we didn't get this conversation because we didn't complete his side mission, so this is what he would have said.
Hey there.
That doesn't sound good.
Hey there.
Is this a date? Okay, I'm just gonna skip forward. So the meeting's officially started. We're gonna actually go to it this time. I just wanted to kind of show off. So they all come and just stand by their cars from between 1400 and 1700 pretty much. But you can't actually speak to them. Which I find a little weird, but yeah. Hey, Esha. Not too much to observe out here, so we're just gonna pretty much just go inside. They have a cool little fountain here. No coins, though. I thought there might be some coins in there, but nope.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. The clock tower is impressive too.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause and show you what happens if he comes late and at the wrong time.
Zach, Emily arranged for people to come between 1500 and 1700.
We can't do anything here right now. Let's come back at the right time.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. That was a tough role. I was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you, all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan, from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please, guide your children away from such places at all costs.
Isn't that too much information to put on that board?
Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story
Oh no, you
of
didn't.
the raincoat killer.
He's bringing it up, guys.
There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
This is my meeting, not yours, Harry.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt. When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Just hijacked my speech. What the hell?
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
It didn't seem very heavily attended. There's so many empty seats.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Dude, there's still people sitting in the seats.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Can he show you later? Jeez. What? We get a scene of Emily and George showing their backs. We don't get to see Thomas.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that...
Did it tell you anything?
It told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
I would have liked to, but it went to black for some reason.
I can't believe you thought I was a suspect, Agent York. I'm still in shock.
Don't worry, I thought Emily and George were suspects too. Oh, he doesn't have anything else to say? Alright. Check out this board. Time of death. Lumber mill. It's like a lot of information.
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
And I didn't appreciate you taking the thunder away from my speech.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be. Informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know. Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Okay, so we pretty much just have to go around and speak to everybody. Who's like a main NPC.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. A diva and her own boss at her age? Quite impressive. Character-wise, a stark contrast to her brother Thomas.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest, a goddess.
Okay, bye. So we're just gonna let her walk away that abruptly? They think she's a fairy of the forest. Bye.
Good evening, Agent.
Hi, who are you? Gravekeeper.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the Gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Brian. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna, her smile, so warm. Anna, blonde hair, so bright.
Okay, that was a little creepy.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
We already have. So essentially, if you didn't meet any of the townspeople, this is where their introductions would happen. Though, you can't talk to any of these guys. Because no relation to the case. He just knows. Yeah, he just says the same thing, I believe. Alright, so let's go back and speak to everybody. And this is how you close out the chapter. Because since we've already been introduced, they say something a little bit different.
Quint, you're here too. I didn't think you were the town meeting kind of guy.
A friend of mine was killed, you know, man? I'm not letting this one go quietly. I'll do anything to help you catch the scumbag who did this.
Thank you. But vigilance is not justice. Nothing good will come from desiring simple revenge.
Oh, come on, I'm not that stupid. But I'm frustrated a bit just thinking that there's nothing I can do about it.
We each have a role, purpose in life, a raison d'etre. Don't forget that.
I know. Just don't preach to me. You're sounding like my old man.
Zach, wow. I'm in shock like a weasel in an electric chair. He just made me realize that I must be getting old.
So, finding your way around okay?
Yes, pretty much. But some people are hard to get along with.
People problems, huh? I thought city folks were used to things like that. There's lots more people in the city than there are here.
Well, that's true. But I started simplifying things a bit. Here's my new way of thinking. It's simple, really. There's only 3 types of people. Criminals, victims, and investigators. Everyone else are just vegetables. Vegetables called other people.
You really are strange.
Yes, he is. Man. Hey, Usha.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day.
He's playing
But
chess.
I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
He's standing right there.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Yeah, we were talking about you. So awkward. Yeah, he is a bit of a weirdo. All he does is talk about chess and chips.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happen in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
You know, why do we always have to jump through hoops for people to give me information? You'd think they'd be more willing. I mean, this is a murder investigation. They're scared. No, I gotta jump through hoops. I have to meet them at their office. I have to... Ugh.
Can you tell me if you noticed anything strange about Anna before the incident?
Well, I'm not sure if this will be of any help, but...
Anything, no matter how small, could be of help.
Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained, and came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Nick, hi.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Ugh.
Nick, you came here for a reason. Something bothered you. What was it?
I came here because you asked us to. That's all.
You're gonna let him get away with this, York? I'm gonna be invading your space. Ooh, a new person. Hello. I like the pants. It's like snakeskin.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith. Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Wait, You brought a gun to the meeting? What the hell? Yeah, we don't need to buy anything. But I can't believe he brought a gun, a submachine gun, to this community meeting.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Even today, a customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
That is some weird hours. They're in good condition. The caretaker must be cleaning them for what it's worth. There's actually not too much to observe in here. This is one thing. A weird thing to observe.
Hey, Lily.
Agent York, your speech frightens some of us a little.
You should work on being more sensitive with words when talking to groups.
Really? I tried my best to be gentle. So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Just Becky, really. She works part-time at the store. She's been acting strange recently.
Strange? How?
I took the boys along to visit her house today. I was just worried, because she hasn't come into work at all after that incident. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey, York! You were rocking it large up there!
Was I? I haven't been on stage like that since elementary school.
You made me think, man, things can't go on like this. We need, some action or something. I was pretty psyched up, before you got on stage. I was like, dude, a real psycho in town. Pretty sweet gig. But now, dude, that lunatic could be any one of us, man. I don't want to think of that whack job coming after my family. Makes me shudder all over, man. It was way too heavy. You'll catch him, right, FBI?
Of course. But you need to be able to take care of those you love, too.
You're right, man. Right on the level. I need to do what's right for my family, man. You lit my soul, man. Thanks, FBI.
You're welcome.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready.
Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Damn, she moves.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
interesting painting here. He doesn't actually say anything about it though, but he'll say something about the painting on the other side. Alright, who are you?
Oh my pot is getting cold. Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Okay.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Really have to say that in front of her, dude?
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can.
Oh my God.
Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
What?
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Okay, we're gonna observe this painting. Looks quite old. They say this place was built several decades ago. Not sure why he doesn't observe the other painting as well, but there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna actually observe Jack and Gina because this is really the only opportunity. She's probably too hot for this town to think that she's Jack's wife, Beauty and the Beast in live action.
Hello again, Agent York. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any information that could help me out?
Information? Sounds difficult and not my kind of conversation. Anyways, you should come by the gas stand again. I'll give you the best service in town.
You should zip up your pants.
Zach, perhaps you can tell me. Why did she bother coming here?
Hell if I know. Alright, and Jack, let's see. He's not on the wanted list, but he looks seedy nevertheless. Sure does.
I've nothing to say to you.
I haven't asked you anything yet, Jack.
Shut it! I might open up if you introduce me to, I don't know, a Ben Franklin or two.
I already gave you $1,000, dude.
Oh, what a creature. Guess there's always someone like him in every town.
Okay, and this is what happens if you take too long to go and talk to people. The game will automatically move you forward to the next person. This section automatically ends, I think, around 1800, and this scene just plays.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
So you pretty much have, once the meeting's over, it's about, they make the clock go to 1600, even if you started the meeting late. So you have from 1600 to 1800 really just to go talk to everyone, plenty of time. And every 2 to 3 minutes, the game sort of forces you to go talk to somebody. And that should do it. Next chapter, there's probably going to be even more optional conversations because we have some new characters to talk to. I hope to get the next chapter up real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.